You're still tuned in to the Power Station Energy 100. This is Econocheck. Let's talk business with Mr. Daniel Steinman. We are talking about trade in specific. We are talking about the Southern African Customs Union as well as a CMA, but also why is SACU so important for Namibia?
Also, that is one of the fundamental questions of the local economy. And I cannot overemphasize the fact that it depends on trade, what I've explained.
Yeah.
So what happens, if you want to understand the importance, you have to look at the mechanisms in SACU. In other words, how it operates as a customs union. So you get to the definition, what is a customs union? Now, if you look at the international or the world economy on a bigger scale, South Africa is a very small player. In our region or in our context, it's the giant.
Yeah.
It's the bully. It pushes everybody around. We don't like it, but there's nothing we can do. I still want to have my Bokomo Post Toasties tomorrow, you know. And we may have a local Bokomo. It is still South African products imported from South Africa. So if you look at the customs union, it is an attempt to make the market slightly bigger.
Yeah.
It's like a consolidated market. You know, so whenever there's an exporter in China or in Taiwan or in Germany or the States, wherever, and he wants to export to Southern Africa, if he deals with SACU, he deals with 5 countries, 5 jurisdictions, but he's got a single point of entry. Whether the goods enter SACU through Walfish Bay or Saldanha Bay, Cape Town, PE, Durban, Beira, Maputo, it's irrelevant. They all go into the same customs union.
Okay.
And the name customs tell you that it is goods that are imported. That's what the expression customs and excise?
Yeah.
The levy that you pay whenever you import something?
Yes.
So that is what the customs union is. It presents a single market to exporters from outside Southern Africa. The important thing for us is that we contribute a certain percentage of the total trade that enters the customs union or leaves the customs union. It all goes into a big pot. We call it the SACU revenue pool.
Okay.
And every 4 years, the 5 member countries, they have lengthy meetings, and they discuss a whole host of issues. But one of the most important things is the revenue sharing formula.
Okay.
And why that is so important for us is because Namibia and Botswana and Eswatini and Lesotho get a proportionally bigger slice out of the revenue pool than what their contribution in trade constitutes of the bigger pool.
Okay.
Does it make sense?
Yeah, it does.
My own words sound very convoluted to me.
No, it's very clear.
Let me explain it in percentages. Let's take SACU as a whole. About 80% of the stuff that gets imported goes to South Africa. The other 20 is
Shared among
the other 4 members. You know, but we get more than just our 3% contribution to SACU. We get maybe 7 or 8 or 9%. So, and that SACU transfers that we get 4 times a year, in total, it's roughly 1/3 of our budget. So it's very important to us in terms of the revenue, the income of the government, that 1/3 is generated from our contribution to the customs union. And the same thing with us, it's about 33%. With Lesotho, it's about 80%. The revenue sharing formula is to the advantage of the smaller members.
Okay.
So Lesotho wouldn't survive if they were not part of the customs union. With Eswatini, it is somewhere in the region of about 60 or 65%, with us about 33, and with Botswana it's 28. So Botswana is least dependent on the customs union, but still very much. If more than 1/4 of your government's income comes from a single source, it's an important contributor. I mean, there is no single other component in the budget that contributes as much to government income as our slice of the SACU revenue. So that makes it extremely important.
Yeah.
It is the biggest single source of revenue for Namibia.
Okay.
Interesting. eh?
That's clear enough. Now we understand what the role SACU actually plays in Namibia, and why Namibia needs SACU as well, because it does contribute a lot.
Yeah, but it's not charity.
Yeah.
We
Of course,
contribute.
we contribute as well.
We part of the dance.
Yeah.
You know, but we are compensated slightly more than what we put in. And you can see from the figures I mentioned for Eswatini and for Lesotho, they are compensated much more.
More, yeah.
You know, they cannot live without their cut from the revenue pool.
Okay. Let's quickly go for a short break.